Guys can hear me all right. We on the outside edition. Trying something out a little bit different. Don't got my normal setup. Just got me and the camera, just talking. Just gonna do some more like vlog type, and just trying to incorporate everything into my life because I see that the hardest part for me is with making content is my personal life and being consistent with it. Let me get the soccer ball back on here. Is my personal life and being consistent with it. So I'm trying out something new where any opportunity that I get, I try to vlog and, incorporate it into my life. That way I can put out as much content as possible and be more and more consistent as far as putting out the content and, growing this thing because I do see that I got an excellent message that a lot of people will benefit from. You see the title, Dear Gen Z, AI is not your friend. And this is not limited to Gen Z. This is not limited to millennials, especially younger millennials. This is for everyone. I see a lot of people using Gronk. I see a lot of people using, I forget all the names of it. Back in my day, Alexa was real popular or something like that. So now we got a lot of different, things that people go to, but none of it is our friend. All of it is here to replace us. All of it's here to give us, program responses. And Cali West, what's going on, big dog? Let me go ahead and hit you up real quick. And don't laugh at how hard I'm breathing. A brother trying to get in shape, you know what I'm saying? One step at a time, one foot in front of the other. So hold on, let me see if I can respond to this in real time, big dog. All right. Nope, that didn't do it. Let me see if I can pin this on the page. I'm working on a different phone. So if it's not as clear as it normally is, and can you hear me okay? Let me see if I can turn up the volume. Let me see what we got here. All right, let me see how I figure out how to. Gotta go to the. Oh, yeah, for sure, big dog. Health is wealth, man. Health is wealth. Well, let me see how to respond to your chat here or see if I can put this up on stage. Give me one quick second. See what we got here. Pin message. Oh, here we go. Is that it? Let me turn on certain features. This is my first time using this mode. So you work with me, I'll work with you. Nope, that's not it. Let me try to press another button. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. All right. Pin message. Okay, unpin. All right, anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll build it as we fly. Ain't no big deal. But AI is not your friend. Gronk, any of that stuff, and shout out to you, Cali West. I don't know if you was here on Money Mindset. I try to put in some excellent, I was actually taking notes Sunday as far as what everybody was saying within our group and suggestions they were giving people as far as keeping your head above water and moving and grooving in this world today and with everything that we have working against us with, AI, with the economy, with inflation, with ghost jobs, X, Y, and Z. And what we're really gonna have to do is learn how to undercut the market. I didn't hear a lot of people saying that. A lot of people say, well, you gotta get a second gig and you gotta do Uber Eats and DoorDash and blah, 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 blah. But I don't understand why people are not trying to cut into that and create their own direct source of revenue. And what I mean by that is like, let's say you are doing, and you definitely want to, I'm not a broker, I'm not an economist or anything like that. I'm just a guy with a podcast and this is all entertainment. So this is just what I see. I see that a lot of people need to learn how to, undercut these corporations. So just using DoorDash and Uber Eats, for example, why not get the client base yourself? So yeah, you get to know the people and stuff like that. But eventually, why not make your own network where you can undercut that? Now, I'm sure there's some type of clause when you sign up for Uber Eats or DoorDash or anything like that where, it doesn't allow you to, it's like a non-compete. It doesn't allow you to compete with while being, working with them. But you can work this within your own neighborhood. Like you can put up signs, you can put this on Facebook, you can put this on Instagram, and you can start working it that way. And I'm gonna try to, figure out these comments one more time while I'm here. And I'm gonna be here for a good time, not a long time. I can't really even see how many people are in here. And again, this is just me trying out something different, me trying to be more consistent with my content. Like, bear with me, y'all, bear with me. So I'm trying to figure this out. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. But let me see if I can figure out how to work this. All right. Got Cali West added as a moderator. Shout out to you for being here, big dog. Trying to figure out how to get your comments on the screen. Again, I am working from a different. Okay. It say message right here, but it won't let me message you back. And we'll see if a few more people climb in. I didn't put anything out saying I was gonna go live or anything like that. But I guess I'll just read the comments on stage since I'm doing this from a different setup. Normally it'll let me respond to it in my comment section, but I don't know what I'm doing on this one. And like, again, there's no clips on this. It's just a smooth sailing, my sexy chocolate voice. Pause, by the way. And remember, fellowship is just 2 or more. So again, what I'm talking about is dear Gen Z, AI is not your friend. Gronk, Claude, Alexa, what all these things are, they're data harborers. And what data harborers are, let me get a quick sip of water. Hold on one second, y'all. Whoever's watching this on the replay, and get in the comments, get active. I don't want to talk too loud. I don't want to bring too much attention to me because I am, at a track meet or at a AAU track practice. So I'm trying to be respectful for people around me. That's why I'm not speaking in my normal cadence. But again, I want to be consistent with my content. I'm not going to be able to do 3 minutes of energy strengthening like I normally would. But, check out my other videos. Definitely check out any of my videos that I made in September of 2025 where I went monk mode live. But give me one quick second. Let me actually, it says, do what it do. Yeah. Appreciate you, Cali West, man. Again, I'm not able to respond to the chat right now. I don't know how I'm doing it, but give me one quick second. Let me get a quick drink of water, and then we're going to get right into why I say, dear Gen Z, AI is not your friend. And again, this is not limited to Gen Z. This is not limited to younger millennials. This goes for anybody that's using AI today. This goes for anybody that's using any type of devices that are supposed to be smart devices to help you out. They are not here for our benefit. They are absolutely here in order to harbor and gather data so that way they can put you guys in the metaverse. Look how much money, and always follow the money. Shout out to my pops. Like, look how much money is going into these type of things as far as data buildings, data harboring stations. Even a lot of people are complaining about having these data stations within their neighborhoods where they're making a lot of sounds. They're putting out a lot of low frequency vibrations that are disrupting people's sleep and stuff like that. These are set up to create what they call a sunrise city. Look into something called a sunrise city. You'll see somebody named Jared Kushner. This is exactly what happened in Hawaii after the fires. Like, we didn't hear much about it. Hawaii has some of the most advanced technology, and I have people there in the military that have told me all about it. So I got inside information about Hawaii being a sunrise city now, and just, in general. And why would they pick someone like Hawaii? Because it's a small, isolated area where they can do as they will. And then you don't hear a whole lot about Hawaii. Also with Gaza, it's also going to become the next sunrise town because it's also an isolated place. And believe it or not, Gaza doesn't even have an army. So when they were fighting with Gaza, Mossad, the little hat military with the American aid, they were actually fighting against normal, everyday militia groups and civilians, just people trying to protect their homes. But give me one hot second. Let me get some water real quick. And maybe I should have made this video. Shout out to everybody that's here. Get in the comments, get active. I can't respond to your messages right now. I'm on a different device. I'm still learning how to use this. But get in the comments and get active. You guys make the show. There's no show without you. But I wanted to have a talk to me Thursday. So talk to me. Get in the comments. If you guys are trying to energy strengthening, if you guys are trying to stillness, what are you seeing with it? What type of issues are you running into? This is an open mic show. I have some things that I want to touch on. No clips today, just me talking. So just the smooth sounds of my voice. But anytime that you guys want to get in the comments and speak on something, just jump right in, say what you got to say. I'll read it on stage and I'll respond to it. Hey, you all right over there? You all right? What's going on with you? Huh? Okay, I'll come back and talk to you in a second. You drink some water? All right. You'll be all right. But, and let me see how many people we got here right now. Can't really see on this. Tell me if you guys are hearing me okay, you see me okay. Again, let me know how your week is going. Let me know if you're still struggling with anger. Let me know if you're still struggling with some type of childhood trauma. That is the sole purpose of my show, was to try to, relieve that, or help people relieve that, or point them in the right direction in a spiritual way. Not, take this pharmaceutical, take that, people, the blind leading the blind. Again, if you don't believe in my message and what I'm saying, go back to my streams in September 2025, and I do this every single year, where I go monk mode, where I refrain away from sugars, other type of so-called vices that we have in life. And I did it all on live stream, as far as me doing the energy strengthening, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, 15 minutes at a time. And I guarantee you, if you guys do this for 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, you will never have anger again. You'll be able to put things into their proper contents, and then you want to stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. So that way you always have that connection with you and the Most High, because we're not beating our hearts. Our hearts are beating. So you have to be in tune with that. So definitely make sure that you doing the work. You give Caesar what is Caesar's. I had to watch out for the soccer player. You give Caesar what is Caesar's, but you give God what is God's. So you want to put in the work. Make sure you guys are doing the spiritual work, and that's why I call it energy strengthening. So that way you got the strongest possible spirit at all times as well too. You're not just trying to do it in a secular way. But let's dig right into the content, and while we're here, let's see what else we got. What you think about Drake baby mama getting married? Never even heard about it. And it says, yeah, I like his new album has actually grown on me. I like National Treasure. It's pretty fire. I also like Whisper My Name, and then Plot Twist. So he got a couple of bangers on that new. I think he put out 3 albums. He got a couple of bangers on there. But as far as his baby mama getting married, hey, you know me, where I'm at, Cali West, with this. Womb donors at best. Let me get this soccer ball real quick off the track. People just be kicking these soccer balls anywhere. So let me get that off the track. But no, I ain't heard nothing about it. I'm not really into pop culture all like that. I hear about stuff, but I really don't get into it. Again, the whole nature of my channel is to try to get people to, like, for me, I'm trying to have a silent revolution, as a play on words, like where we go within and we become silent, so that way we can strengthen it, and then we can see things in a slow down perspective, and the Creator can lead us, the way. And shout out to everybody for being here. Like, I didn't expect any audience at all. I thought I was just gonna kind of post this and put this on a replay, and people respond to it from there. But dear Gen Z, listen to me. I was before the internet. I was at the beginning of the internet, and I'm here probably at the apex of the internet. The internet, AI, is not your friend. Now, it can be a useful tool, but the way that it's being utilized and the direction that it's being pushed in, it's being pushed to put you into a digital slavery. Like, they have data harvesting centers that are capturing your information. This was the whole point of AI. This is the whole point of it. So that way you become reliant on it. You got to get back to the basics: reading, writing, and arithmetic. You got to improve your cognitive functions. We can use AI, but even if you look at it now, where a lot of people use AI on YouTube and on social media platforms, now their channels are being taken down, or they're not getting as many views as what it got. A lot of those I don't think they're even being monetized anymore. And it's done pulled people's pants down and left them all alone. So we got to look at AI and put it into its proper context. But AI is absolutely not your friend. Like, when you start looking at it, when it's building up things, what do you think is going to happen once they get it to a certain point to where they feel like, hey, we don't need these people anymore. You see this is happening all across the board as far as people that are in the white collar jobs in the tech world. They're losing their jobs. They're losing their employment. They're losing their abilities. They're losing their minds. It's because AI has taken over. AI, once it gathers a certain amount of information, it no longer needs that person. It no longer needs, people. It can kind of operate in a certain way. So my advice from someone who was here before the internet, my advice to younger people, especially Gen Z, and let's be honest, Gen X, you don't really matter like that. Baby boomers, I mean, you guys are already on your way out the door. Millennials, you need to step up. But Gen Z, this is going to be your world in just a matter of time, in 5 to 10 years. AI is going to be a big problem, and you got to get ready for it. You got to absolutely get ready for it. You got to know which way to go, and you're going to need to rely on yourselves. We have a leader and a creator that's within us and above us. We don't need any external forces. They're great to have, tools to utilize and help make our life better. But as far as becoming completely reliant on it, where you're asking about, well, what is this? What's happening to me in a situation? What's happening to me in as far as my emotions? It's going to lead you astray. If you don't believe me, do this with AI. We all know that Gaza was a genocide. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, those people were absolutely getting slaughtered over there. And let me see what's going on with my chat. Those people were absolutely getting slaughtered over there. We know this for a fact. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But if you ask Gronk, or if you ask any type of AI, Claude, Alexa, hey, was Gaza a genocide? You be prepared for the response it's going to give you. It's going to say absolutely not, blah, 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 blah. There is no such thing as satellites. There's no such thing as, all it is that when you go and get a phone or something like that, it's already pre-programmed with data. It's already got the stuff, and then they just activate it. So that way you have access to the data. Cell phone towers, why would you need satellites and cell phone towers at the same time? Makes absolutely no sense. And hold on one second, I gotta pass through a certain part where it's a lot of people at. So bear with me. I try to go around this track about 21 times, which will give me about 4 miles. 400 meters. Do each 400 meters in under 4 minutes. You catch the drift. Actually, I'm missing one. Track's built at 490-degree angles. Blah, 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 blah. But again, AI is not your friend. Gen Z, you guys can do it without it. You got to return back to the basics. You guys got to wake up and see it for what it is. It's going to replace you. Like, watch movies like Demolition Man. Watch movies like The Terminator. They always give you, and what I mean I wish I had my New World Order button. They always give you the cliff notes on where they're trying to take it to. The goal is to put everybody into the metaverse. Now, the people that are a little bit older, like myself, we're kind of irrelevant at this point as far as putting us into the metaverse. Not a whole lot of value to put a whole lot of effort into that from an elitist standpoint, and that's who they is. And if you really want to figure it out, follow the money. It's not always just little hats. There's a lot more people that are involved in this. It's a global club across the board. And if you're in it, you're in it. If you're not in it, guess what? You're on the other side. So they're using AI now to replace people. They're using AI to build a new world that they want. And then what do they do with a lot of the people that are here? A lot of the people that are not going to fit into that AI mode. Well, I got to break the news to you. You're going to become expendable. They're not going to have a whole lot of value for you at that point. They're going to put you into a digitized existence to where you're living like some Ready Player One, some Avatar type stuff, and that's going to be your existence. Now, some people, they kind of need this because they're absolutely incapable. So it's like, instead of these dum-dums like the movie Idiocracy ruining the world, these people will see value in it, and maybe to a certain degree it does have value for them. But we always know that They always do things. What the heck was that? They always do things and design and fake design of a favor, and then it later becomes, you know, like Corona hoax. It later becomes a prison. So we got to stop the spread. We got to help people out. We got to blah, 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 blah. And then you find out later that, you know, it was to reset the market. It was to start laying the building blocks for the digital world. We start finding out that none of it was for our benefit. And I'm really want to dig into it because, again, I'm trying out something new. I'm just walking around, getting my steps in. This is what I normally do in my day-to-day life. So I would say, again, my biggest weakness is having the consistency, being able to put out consistent content. I think my content's fairly decent. I mean, most of my videos get about 1,000 views for only having 3,000 subs. I feel like that's pretty decent, but I definitely see that there's room for improvement. And I see that I have a good, you know, approach and a good, I got a good angle as far as what I'm taking and disseminating content. So let me see if I can come over here for a minute, maybe come to a cleaner spot. But dear Gen Z, and I'm getting ready to end the stream in just a second, AI is not your friend. AI is absolutely here to put you guys into a digital prison. You need to destroy AI right away, or at least at a minimum, put it into its proper context. It's not like you are the AI. You are the advanced technology. You are the supercomputer. You are what the creator designed in an absolutely perfect way in order to make this world the best possible place. What people are trying to do now, and this is always their goal, never forget this. I'll probably highlight this part or make a shorts out of it, that their goal is always for control. These people have a God complex, so they're going to use AI and other methods in order to act on their God complex and play God. And AI is the way they're doing it right now. Then once they get AI to a certain point to where they can operate at a certain level without, you know, needing human assistance or humans in general, they're going to eliminate you. There's no value, and we're all susceptible to this. This is not just a Gen Z thing, but I knew that title would be catching, and I want you guys to, you know, let me know what you see with this. But again, if you look at certain things, you'll see that they're biased. You'll see that they're manipulated. You'll see that it's data entry. You'll see that they're capturing your data. What's the long-term goal? Go down the rabbit hole and see what it's actually really about. And when you go down that rabbit hole and you actually see what it's really about, you'll see it's all about them putting you into a digital world to where they can control your existence and where they can play God. That's what it's really about. You know, we need to, as they would say in the movie Terminator, we need to destroy Skynet now. Like, we need to get away from AI. Again, it could be used in certain situations of value, but overall, dear Gen Z, AI is not your friend. But that's going to conclude my video today. Again, I just wanted to try something out. I definitely wanted to put out some content to make sure that I'm being consistent with it. And let me see if I covered everything as far as everything that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think I pretty much did. It's a little bit different when you're walking around. You don't have your clips. You don't have your noteboard to try to present your argument. But if you look at so many different things like ghost jobs, you look at the information that Gronk and Claude is giving you, it's not to your benefit. You look at things like Alexa, you know, when you can watch numerous videos on YouTube where you let two Alexas or a Claude and a Gronk talk to each other, and it'll show you what their true intentions are. Their true intentions are to eliminate the human, to ultimately have a world to where it can operate with humans at a minimum. That is their true goal. That is the true angle of all this. And the sooner that you guys become aware of this, and the sooner that this is brought to your attention, the better off it's going to be for you. So, dear Gen Z, this is from somebody who's halfway to 80. This is somebody who's seen the world before the internet. This is somebody who seen the world as the internet got started. And this is someone that's seeing the world now when the internet is, you know, at its apex. AI is not your friend. It's absolutely not your friend. Get in the books and be careful reading as well too. Take everything with a grain of salt. Most importantly, get in the world. Start living in the world. Human interactions will always be at a premium. There will always be the creme de la creme of human existence, being able to have those human interactions, to be able to have those social skills. And everything's not going to work out perfect. Everything's not going to be smooth and, go a certain way. Now, I'm not saying, go out in the world and force interactions, but I'm saying when those opportunities are available, definitely take them and keep AI at a minimum. But that's my video for today. Dear Gen Z, I hope you heard this message loud and clear. But if I stay any longer, I gotta charge you. Peace.